Welcome to Eternal Easy Education. In this session, you are going to learn Chapter 7, Composition and Decomposition. Content of this video is what is composition and decomposition. So this is Chapter 7. So in the Chapter 7, here is notations for algorithms. We need a notation to represent algorithm. There are mainly three different notations. So what are they? Programming language, pseudocode, and flowchart. So if it is a 3-mark question, you have to say the 3 points with 1-line explanation. It is a programming language for expressing algorithms to be executed by computers. That means if there is a problem or a question, then we form steps to find out the solution. The first type of solution is writing the solution in steps with our English language, which is understandable by the user, but that statements are not able to be executed by the computer. These type of statements are said to be algorithms. Then the algorithms are converted to pictorial representations, that is said to be flowchart, then pseudocode, then programming language. There are many things. Here the algorithm is represented in 3 things. One is programming language, that is the end product which is going to be executed by the computers. Pseudocode. Pseudocode is the notation similar to programming language. Algorithms expressed in pseudocode are not intended to be executed by the computers but for the communication among people. Same thing. The pseudocode cannot be executed by the computer. Then flowchart. Flowchart is a diagrammatic notations. So it will have shapes to represent a process. An algorithm expressed in programming language is called a program. So what is a program? An algorithm expressed in a programming language is called a program. The programming language can be C, C++, Python, Java, VB, or anything else. So the programming language is formal. Programs must obey the grammar of the programming language exactly. So these things, how to form or how to write a programming language as per the algorithm, you are going to learn in Chapter 9. Now we are going to learn the basics. First one, pseudocode. Pseudocode is a mix of programming languages like constructs and plain English. That means it is easy to understand by the user. Important points regarding pseudocode is an algorithm expressed as pseudocode is not for computers to execute directly, but for human readers to understand. First point. Next point, there is no need to follow the rules of the grammar of a programming language. So these are the important points of a pseudocode. However, even pseudocode must be rigorous and correct. Pseudocode is mostly widely used notation to represent algorithm. Next point, what is a flowchart? Flowchart is a diagrammatic notation for representing algorithm. They show the control flow of algorithm using diagrams in visual manner. In flowchart, there are many shapes are used, but it will have a specific meaning. Rectangular box for simple statement. Diamond shaped boxes represent conditions. Then arrow describes how the control flow during the execution of the algorithm. So they have given 3 things. One is rectangular, another one is diamond, another one is arrow. Apart from this, there are many shapes. A flowchart is a collection of boxes containing A flowchart is a collection of boxes containing statements and conditions. which are connected by arrows showing the order in which boxes are to be executed. So here rectangular box out with a single outgoing arrow which points to the box to be executed. Next condition is in diamond shape. In applied question, they may ask you to write a flow diagram for a given question. So you must be clear with the shapes. Rectangular for process statement, and diamond for condition checking, and parallelogram for input-output statements. Rectangular, parallelogram, diamond. Then special boxes marked for start and end. This is the round cornered rectangular shape. Here there is a algorithm explained. See here. So start is with enter, and AB, it's in parallelogram, so it is the input. So for this algorithm we need to input A and B, and the process is Q comma R colon equal to A 0 comma A. That means Q is assigned with the value 0 and R is assigned with the value A. Then there is a condition. If R is greater than or equal to the value in B, then I have to do this Q plus 1 and R minus B. This is actually a flow diagram for division, integer division. Then if the condition is false, means we have to exit with the value of R and Q. So the value in R quotient and the remainder are the output of the flow chart. So what they have given some disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? It is less compact, that representation of algorithm in programming language or pseudocode. The basic hierarchical structure of the algorithm. That means the word occur represents uncertainty. That means the flow of the hierarchical, the steps is not clearly it is not clear to understand in flowchart if the program is very lengthy. If it is a small program, it is very easy. But if the program is having many steps and many modules, means it may look like somewhat uncertain or somewhat confusing to certain level. Alternative statements and loops or disciplined control flow structures. Flowcharts do not restrict us to disciplined control flow structures. That means the flow, while we are representing in diagram, if the program length is more and it is having more modules, it may lead to some complications. That is the drawback. But if the program is very small, then flowchart will represent a good appearance for understanding the program. So we learned what is pseudocode. It's a statement which is understandable by the user friendly. We cannot directly execute a pseudocode in computer. Next point, flowchart. Flowchart is a pictorial representation of program. Then here comes composition topic. The statement is a phrase that commands the computer to do an action. That means here the statement is the command given to the computer to do an action or to do something. We have already seen assignment statement. Yes, you may remember this assignment statement equal colon. Assignment statement and comparative statement. It is a simple statement used to change the values of variables. Change the values of variables. Statements may be composed of other statements leading to hierarchical structure of algorithms. That means A equal to 10, A equal to C plus B. So a statement is having another statement, and the statements composed of other statements are known as compound statements. Control flow statements or compound statements. So the another point, control flow statements or compound statements. They are used to alter the control flow of the process depending on the state of the process. So what are the control flow statements? Sequential, alternative, iterative. So when a control flow statement is executed, the state of the process is tested, and depending on the result, the state is selected for execution. Yes, if there is a condition and the condition is checked, if the condition is true, the flow will be in another direction. If the condition is false, the flow will be in another direction. So it depends on the condition, the flow of the control is maintained or balanced. So first one is sequential statement. Sequential statement is composed of a sequence of statements. Sequence, a series of statements one by one going to be executed. The statements in the sequence are executed one after another in the same order as they are written in the algorithm. This is sequence. So it won't change the order. There is no need to change the order. So a program, if there is no need to change the order, means it will be written one by one and it is executed one by one, and that type of program is said to be sequential statement programs. S1, S2, statement 1 is executed, then statement 2 is executed. And how to represent in an algorithm? Simple, S1 followed by S2. Then in algorithm, P is the input, S is the process, and Q is the output. So if we decompose the problem into two components, we need to compose S as a sequence of two statements, S1 and S2. That means input is given, then S1, result of S1 is given to S2, then we get the output Q. But it is in a order, in a sequential order. So let us solve the former goat, grass, wolf problem of example. So let us solve the former goat, grass, wolf problem. As we know this problem already, here we decided to represent the state of the process by four variables: grass, goat, wolf, and the former. Okay. So four variables: farmer, goat, grass, and wolf. So four variables we require. The statement is all the four variables are in the left side. After the process, all should be in the right side. So first, the specification is grass, goat, wolf, farmer are in left side. After the process, everyone should be in the right side. So the steps are here. First one, the farmer, goat alone are going to the right side. So see here. So there are four things: farmer, wolf, goat, and the grass. So they need to cross the river and they have to come from one side to another side. So only one thing can be travel along with the farmer. So the first farmer is taking the goat. Because the wolf and this goat and the grass cannot be taken because the goat will eat the grass. So what to do? There is some steps to be followed. So first the farmer is taking the goat. First step. And he is leaving the goat in the right side. Then is moving to the second part and he is taking the grass. See here, the farmer is in the left side and taking the grass. So these steps are explained in the video and it is represented in the variables. So it's in sequence. We will not change the order. So it can be executed as per the steps sequentially, one after another. So this is sequential statement program, one of the control flow statement of composition. Composition is having three things: sequential, alternative, iterative. Sequential means the steps to be done one after another. No need to shuffle the steps. So he is able to take all the things to the right side. So these steps are written in variables in statements. Next one is alternative statement. Alternative statement means here there is a condition and condition is test. Based on the condition, the control flow will change. See here, first there is a condition. If the condition is true, then S is executed, S1. If the condition is false, it will go to S2. So this is said to be alternative statement. So here is a flow diagram for this. There is a condition C in a diamond shape. Condition is true, S1 should be executed. The condition is false, S2 should be executed. What is a conditional statement? That sometimes we need to execute conditional. We need to execute a statement only if the condition is true and do nothing if the condition is false. Yes, there may be only two things. If the condition is true, execute yes, or else no need. But there will be requirement. If the condition is false, we will move to another thing. Sometimes we need to execute a statement only if a condition is true and do nothing if the condition is false. This is equivalent to the alternative statement in which the else clause is empty. Okay. We are checking minimum of two numbers. Then we have to ask with the condition if A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, then A is the output, or else B is the output. So here they are asking A is less than the minimum. Okay, so minimum means less number. So if A is less than B, result A is the minimum number, or else result is B is the minimum number. Then another one is case analysis. Case analysis, alternative statement analyzes the problems into two cases. Case analysis statement generalizes it to multiple cases. That means in alternative statement there will be two possible outputs. If the condition is true, one output. If the condition is false, another output. Only two things are possible. But in case analysis, we can check any number of conditions. Based on the conditions, the type of output and the number of output also changes. So case analysis splits the problem into a set of disjoint cases, and each case will have a condition. Based on the condition, the output is achieved. How to do this means case, first condition, if the condition is true, first statement. Case, another condition, if this condition is true, this statement should be executed. Likewise, we can have any number of cases. If all the cases are found to be false, then we can execute the else part. This else part is optional. If we need, we can have this, or else we can leave it. So the cases, at least one of the cases is true. If all the conditions are false, the default case is true. So the cases are disjoint. Only one of the cases is true, though it is possible for more than one conditions to be true. So we have to decide whether we need only alternative statement or the case analysis statement based on the requirements. Then iterative statement. Iterative statement is an iterative process executes the same action repeatedly subject to your condition C. The condition C is true and S is a statement. Simply, if you need a set of statements to be executed repeatedly based on a condition, we need iterative. Simple point. Then they have given a condition. That means the flow chart to execute a iterative. That means here there is a condition. Okay, if the condition is true, the statement is executed, again it will go for a condition checking, that is looping. If that means the statement is going to be repeatedly executed until the given condition is false. So that is iterative. Decomposition means simple. A problem decomposition is one of the elementary problem solving technique. It involves breaking down a problem into smaller and more manageable problems and combining the solution of the smaller problems to solve the original problem. So decomposition means splitting into many modules or many segments. Again, they will rejoin the results to form the complete solution. That is decomposition. Refinement. After decomposition a problem into smaller subproblems, the next step is either to refine the subproblem or to abstract the subproblem. That means after dividing the problem into simple or separate subproblem or modules, again the subproblem is refined to get a accurate answer. Each subproblem can be expanded into more detailed steps. Each step can be further expanded to still finer steps, and this is known as the refinement. We can also abstract the subproblem, and we specify each subproblem by its input property and input-output relationship. While solving the main problem, we only need to know the specification of subproblems. We do not need to know the subproblem solved. Simple, they want to explain the decomposition with our regular activity. They think that take breakfast, put on clothes, leave home. But take breakfast means take idli, take egg, take banana. But these similar steps or the simplified steps are not explained in detail. Simply take the breakfast and dress up and leave the home. But to dress up there are some steps. To leave the home there is a procedure. To have the breakfast there is a procedure. So these small steps are separately given as a module, and it is all together form the required output. Another concept is functions. Functions, after an algorithm problem is decomposed into subproblems, we can abstract the subproblems as functions. A function is like sub-algorithm. Similar to an algorithm, a function is specified by the input property and desired output relationship. So we have learned many topics. One is composition. Under that composition, control flow statement, sequential, alternative, iterative. Then decomposition means splitting the problem into subproblems and joining them to form the final result. Here there is another term, that is function. What is a function means? Under the decomposition we are learning the functions. After an algorithm problem is decomposed into subproblems, we can abstract the subproblems as functions. See this program, right angled A, B, C, input A, C is greater than or equal to A, C also greater than or equal to B. The desired output is A, C squared equal to A squared plus B squared. The result equal to false, comma. That means there is a 3 squares, the square of A, square of B, and the addition of this will get the square of C. Here the same process, here A is squared, here B is squared. Okay, the square process is splitted and kept as a separate module, that is said to be function, and the function is used for A as well as for B. So you will have a clear idea when you are going to apply this in your program. But the concept is squaring a number is repeated 2 times here. So instead of writing 2 times the same codings, we will write one set of coding and have a label and use the label wherever place we use it. That is simply said to be function. And it is a very useful concept. We can use this function 3 times for the. So what are the things we learned or discussed in this chapter as compound statements are sequential, alternative, iterative. And alternative statements are, there will be a condition, based on that condition the execution will take place. Then iterative means a set of statement is executed repeatedly, then repeatedly executed based on that condition. Then decomposition breaks the problem into subproblem, and the example is function for that. And in the notations we learned programming language. We not yet learned, we are having the idea. Pseudocode is the statement written by the user friendly, not machine friendly, and we cannot execute the pseudocode directly in the computer. Then flowchart is the pictorial representation of a program. So we discussed many things in this chapter. What is refinement? Refinement means starting from high level, each statement is repeatedly expanded into more detailed statement and subsequent levels. That means it is still more abstracted to get the final result. That is refinement. So that's all for this session, children. Sit and read the book 2 or 3 times, then only you will get an idea about the concepts. Have a good day.